Evening. My name is Michael Thompson, and you're watching channel 2,355,290.09 News. Frightful numbers are starting to arise as a large number of the population's workforce is reaching retirement age, and with a solution, we've got Michael Thompson.
Thank you.
So, Michael, you're a long-time population analysis agent, so you've seen a trend that a lot of other people in your expertise have not even seen before, and that this could cause serious problems in the next 20 years, and further worse, 20 years after that.
Yes, the situation is getting quite out of hand.
Does your team know what the current status is for overpopulation?
Well, actually, it isn't overpopulation. We're mainly focusing on the retiring workforce and how they are no longer benefiting society and they're draining the resources that others may need.
How is the retiring workforce draining society of its resources?
Well, right now we have an aging population that contains a lot of people either retired from the workforce or near retirement within the next 30 years. Here's a graph of the population by age I found on the first website I looked up. It shows that the majority of the population is near retirement and the newer generations will not be able to fill the jobs that will be open from the vacant job slots.
Hey, that's my job. I do the picture thing.
Okay.
Moving on. Have you or your team managed to find any ways to handle this situation?
Yes, we have.
And what is your solution?
Hunger Games for old people. We call it the Boomer Games.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Can you please initiate on your current proposal?
Sure.
How will these Hunger Games work?
Well, it is one of the many ways we can solve the problem of an aging population. We can also deal with more major issues like world hunger and homelessness, while also being able to get results like decreasing housing costs, medical care, decreasing global warming, less demand for food, no more ageism, and fewer boomers. These are all results of just getting rid of old people.
I'm confused on why world hunger and homelessness can be solved with your solution. Can you please share in more depth what you mean by this?
Once the old people die in the arena, we will take the corpses and feed them to the hungry. We have calculated that the average human body contains up to 125,000 to 140,000 calories per person. We'll solve the homelessness by giving the homes that belong to the elderly to the homeless.
What do you consider the requirements to be sentenced to the Boomer Games?
We have determined that if you're of the age of 65 or older and are retired, you will be qualified for death. We also have some slogans for our new project, our campaign slogans. We have 4 so far. If you're unfit to work, you're unfit to live. If you retire from work, you retire from life. Nothing better than getting laid off. And once they start slacking, we start snacking.
Wow, very cool. Have you been endorsed by anyone yet?
Yes, 2 people, one being my mom, but the other one being David Cox.
Please, describe this David Cox fellow.
Well, David Cox is a famous statistician born in 1924 and is still in office as the Minister of Agriculture and is a willing contributor to our proposal.
What is your funding as of now?
My mom gave me $10 for lunch and I got robbed before I got here, so basically nothing.
Well, let's move on. I believe that there are many things wrong about this plan.
Really?
First off, kill old people? This is definitely not ethical by any standards, and you could be sentenced to life in prison with threats of murder with this type of scheme. Secondly, how would you and everyone else feel if you lost your parents or grandparents?
Firstly, the people of the older generations must accept this is for the good of society, that their deaths will serve a greater purpose and will not be burdening society as they are not contributing to it themselves. Secondly, I myself can say, and probably many others, that they would rightfully put down their lives for future generations to prosper.
I feel like there's a better solution for this aging population. Like, to make the elderly people pay for their own health care. To make sure that much of the taxpayers' money goes to somewhere useful and benefits this society.
Well, yes, but actually no.
Well, okay. Thank you to our special guest, Michael Thompson, for coming on the show tonight. This is Michael Thompson with 2,355,290.09 News, signing off. It's now recording.
What's up, babes?
Should we add in a blooper reel or something?
I hope that starts the blooper reel. I see you caught me drinking this Orangi Krush, today's sponsor, as well as Joss Lewis. Get your Joss Lewis at your local Gabriel's, apparently, because you can just get boxes of them at pizza stores.
How will these Hunger Games work?
There, I was gonna break. just like
You're done.
I fucking saw ooh. I knew the ooh was coming, and I'm like, how do I make ooh face?
That looks good.
Oh yeah, welcome to my podcast,
The furry
the furry podcast.
I put this
Today, with your evening news,
I hope they can hear you from that.
pandas are endangered. Help us. One is my mom, and the other is David Cox. That wasn't me.
I couldn't fight it.